I helped him. He came and told him, he said, hey, that man helped me with this, that, and the other. So what I'm saying is, with all of that happened, what are we really saying in the community? Sometimes you got to get down with the nitty gritty to make your cause be heard. Sometimes where it look like it's something dangerous, you got to go out there and do it, because God hasn't given us the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. The spirit of fear say, oh, I'm not going to do that again. I love challenges for some reason. I love people to say they want to challenge. All of a sudden, I don't care what it looked like. For some reason, I hated folks that kept being in injustices. If they was injustice, I didn't like what they were talking about. I never liked what they talking about. It go all the way back to my childhood. And I say, back in the day, I would fight you if you talked about my mother and you was a little fake gangster. I put the whoop-a-dooka on you, and I used to get in trouble like that because I was defending myself from crazy little fake gangsters. And I really never liked it, none of that stuff. I never liked it, those type of folks that perpetrated. Even though I had a cousin that did stuff that still believed in me, I didn't do what he did. But the truth of the fact of the matter was, I always wanted to offer solutions to people like that. So I'm saying, what is these organizations doing but just trying to make $1? I mean, I paid a membership fee. This is the truth of the fact of the matter. How can I pay a membership fee to an organization and all of a sudden I don't get no phone call, I get an email, but what is it? What is me becoming? It was a pressure from the emails to even get my money. But outside of that, what are we doing? I'm going to exercise my right with or without the organization. You understand? But I wanted to stand because I'm trying to stand for the rights of us as a people. But I'm saying, outside of that, what else we really doing with what we have? I mean, what are we doing with what we have? And some people might say, well, what are you doing? I'm doing a whole lot. I just can't do as much as I want to do. Come on out of here. But I'm going to eventually put in place what my main agenda and motive is. My main motive and agenda is to protect and serve, protect and defend the people in the way that they need to be protected, regardless. It ain't even, I have fun doing this other stuff, but this program right here is saying, what are we really saying? It's a time for everything, but it's a time with some serious stuff going on. I said, you got 10,000 people about to meet at Cobo Hall. What about canceling that meeting for now and get them 10,000 people in the communities? Come on out of here. Instead of trying to get a bunch of money, have that as a motive. No, go to the African American hubs and start doing something. Take the initiative and start rebuilding some houses with that many people, or start doing some other things. You see what I'm saying? What are we really saying? Every so often, everybody started getting to get a special meeting. When is it going to come together when them 10,000 people start hitting the streets in the African American communities in the different areas that they're in, and they start spending weeks and months out there in the community to help their own people? What are we really saying? I understand that some of the people did great moves. Yeah, they might not like it But it's the truth of the fact of the matter. I can care less. You understand? If people don't like it. But I know different, because I had to do stuff and there wasn't none of them coming through for me. And I'm the most profound, prolific, prophetic person existing and all across the board. You understand? I am the one that the enemy want to come after. You understand? Because I got the power of God. I'm not doing witchcraft and stuff like that in voodoo, like from the African culture. I'm only praying, praising, and worship. And folks want to talk about, they want to use fear tactics. But I say, what are you really saying? What are you really saying? You know, I'm not like the other folk. People thought, you know, maybe let's use scare tactics or fear tactics. Come on, be realistic here. I've never really been there. I might play like that, like, oh, they think I'm some little weakster or something. I'll turn back into the old guy that I used to be and had y'all all on flight. Come on out of here. And that's the truth of the fact of the matter. You understand? How is it going to be 10,000 people and we still doing the same thing that we doing, and we got a mayor in the city talking one thing, and we got the organizations just doing the same old thing? All it is a bunch of hoopla. Because what happened today? What's happening this week? If God did it in 7 days and 14 days, it shouldn't have to take that long to do what you got to do. And furthermore, you got to get busy with something now. What is we saying? Like the simple fact, people going to have all these meetings every year. They have the same meetings. Do it change? When does it change from having these same old meetings? Sometimes, even as the owner of my WCJC digital broadcasting company, sometimes I don't even want to have a broadcast. and I gotta pay. I'm paying for this to roll the way that it rolls. But you know, whatever, I keep on talking, but nothing don't ever be done. I can talk to people and try to motivate. See, this is the time now for me to say what I've got to say. This is my platform. I don't have to go out and do nothing else, because then they might try to set me up, this, that, and the other. See, I already been out there. So when they tried to do that, I protested in front of people who thought I wasn't. And then stuff happened right after that. Because of simple fact, whether you can make it to all the conferences or not, you still can be beneficial. It's something to learn from it. You know, I tell you like that. Look here. I'm with some of the biggest organizations in the world. But let me tell you something. I ain't had to pay $23,000. Come on out of here to do that. So I'll be like, what is you saying? What are we really saying? You know, they got a program say, don't waste your money. Really, don't waste your money. What is we really saying? You know what I'm saying? I join organizations. You understand? I've been in the organization for 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? What is we really saying? What are we really saying? Why are we spending all this thousands of dollars, then we go bankrupt? I could teach you what I've been taught in little to no time. And it won't even cost you $23,000 to know that. And you'd have been saved a whole bunch of money. You understand? First and foremost, I'll teach you how to hold it down, hold your ground. You understand? Basic fundamentals. Number two, I can teach you how to prosper your business in ways that you couldn't fathom. Because what? I join memberships and I learn. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's by reading an article or going back through something, I'll go and invest my money. Some people say, why did you do this, that, and the other? Because I'm teaching myself so I can teach others. And I'm trying to be beneficial to the communities and the cities and the states and the nations I'm a part of. Regardless to what anyone else has to say and think. It don't really matter. You understand? I'm not throwing an annual conference with 10,000 people who ain't gonna do nothing. Just my simple fact of the matter. If we gonna do something, you understand, let's do something. But if we gonna be sitting here talking about let's give an award to who, and the community's still in the same place, how the communities gonna be in the same place when these organizations was supposed to be profitable? If they not gonna be profitable to the communities, then it don't matter. You got 10,000 people dressed up in a bunch of what? That's why I don't do a lot of that, because I don't want to be mixed in with other folk. You understand? I don't want to be mixed in with a bunch of people who put on cliche, but don't really want to help nobody. What is we really saying here? I seen that 10,000 people gonna meet at Cobo Hall, but 10,000 of y'all need to be rallying in your neighborhoods. 10,000 of y'all need to be going to knock on the door like they did back in the day and say, look, young man, pull up your pants. Young sister, quit aborting your baby. Instead of going to talk to each other, what is we really saying? See, I'm different. I'm different. I ain't gonna sit around and keep on talking. You got meetings that you're already talking in. You got weekly meetings. So you gotta say, young man, pull up your pants. Young sister, quit cussing out everybody. You got to say these things. Now, folks don't want that to happen. You understand? We want to have all these big top meetings, but what is we doing? What are we doing? This is an opportunity for me to meet with whomever I can meet with. This is the only time my meeting is. You understand? I don't have to have a set time, because it might be an opportunity like last week. It occasionally happens, but I have to be ready. I have to be faithful, even if it's one person. That's one person's life I change, whether they receive it or not. You know, some people be like, okay, I'm going to do this like that, la, 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 la. You know, some people not really wanting to get the help, but I offer them to do it and say, here's some things that you can do. And I take the time out to try to support folk. And I'm a difference maker. Even if it's one person's life, I'd rather change their life than to do anything else. I offer you some solution before I offer you some problems. Come on out of here. Here's some solutions to the problems that you've been in. I have to offer solutions. I'm saying to me, I really not, you know, there's many conferences I haven't even went to. Why? Because I want to be a part of the part where I catch you later on an email or a website, but we can go to the basics. I know already what need to be done. I don't got to keep on hearing the same old, same old. Let's get to the busyness and let's get to going. You know, let's quit all these